I'm going to be honest, man, this is not what you want to hear. Not at all. You have the Vancouver Canucks, who are an upcoming team. They're a good quality team. They're a young team. They have the Silvos kid, who is showing promise, but you never know. And then you see this story with Thatcher Demko. And he does not look like he is going to be ready to play preseason games, and it even seems like they are flirting with the fact that he might not even play regular season games. Now, obviously we don't know this for sure, right? It could just be not a big deal, but this is something that stretched back to even the regular season last year, where he was actually injured. He got this injury in the regular season last year, which is extremely concerning. When you have goalies that just have these lingering issues, it's going to create an issue for your franchise. I said this before and I'll say it again, that there are so many things that have to come together for your franchise, especially with goaltending. Hockey and goalies are just random in general. They're kind of a microcosm of the actual sport itself, which is very interesting to me. But this is honestly a huge blow for the Vancouver Canucks. I hate to see this for them. Now, the good part about it is they have the Silvos kid, and he actually played quite admirably. Now, a goalie playing admirably in a short period of time does not mean that goalie is going to really be anything. We've seen goalies have hot streaks before. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it is good that he did show promise. There's no doubt about that. But you look at Thatcher Demko, and I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about the Vancouver Canucks. I was going over their roster, and I was thinking about, if they just got a goalie, which is Thatcher Demko, I think they can go all the way. I think they're a really hella talented team. And the hardest thing to find about a goalie is, yes, obviously I know goalies that are just good. Like, I get it. But you know what the hardest thing to find these days about a goalie is? A guy that can just consistently start games for you. That is the one thing that I think is the absolute most difficult thing to find in a goalie. Just a guy that could just start games. Can the guy just start games for you, right? I mean, he actually started like 50 plus games for the Canucks last year, and that is with counting the fact that he was injured. Keep that in mind. And in 21-22, he played something like, I think it was like 64 games. I'll put the stats up on the screen. 64 games. That's crazy. Like, I wonder, if you look at the stats, how many other goalies in 21-22 even played 60-plus games? He was probably one of only, maybe 1, 2, 3 goalies that even did that. So, when you look at that, you're like, okay, we got a guy that's kind of, what you call your horse. Because guys in the NHL these days, they just don't do that anymore. You just don't get a guy that can start 60 games, 50 games. But now, is that catching up to him, right? Is it catching up to him? Is it something that, unfortunately, he is going to be paying for? This is very concerning. I really do keep a close eye on a lot of the Canadian teams, because I really would love to see Canadian teams succeed, especially the Leafs, but I would love to see, Canadian teams succeed. I will say one thing for the Vancouver Canucks. They got the Silvos kid, and at least if he isn't good to go, you have him, and teams can win with goalies that are just average. I mean, look at Stuart Skinner. That guy went all the way to the Cup finals, and was one game from winning the Cup. Would you call Stuart Skinner a stud? Right? I wouldn't. So you have goalies that can go all the way, and it absolutely is possible. And, but obviously, I'm a positive guy, so I'm going to put a positive spin on this. There's no doubt about that. But it is hard to spin this in a positive way, because it sucks to hear. Obviously, you don't want to hear that you're starting guy. I mean, you figure, because it was devastating for the Canucks to not have Demko in their lineup, right? He got injured in the playoffs, which was devastating. No, to be fair, though, the Vancouver Canucks played actually valiantly well. They played really, 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 really well and really, 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 really good. But I've said this before, and I will say this again, though. I don't even care. I can't stand when NHL teams play games like this. You even see with Yoni Hakanpää, like with the Leafs, that defenseman, they know what's going on with this guy. Like, why are they playing games with us? Just tell us what's wrong with this guy. This guy thinks he can play with no knee and no cartilage. Yeah, I doubt that, right? It's like, come on, man. It's the same thing here. They're totally playing games with Vancouver Canuck fans. They absolutely are. They know what's up with this guy. Like, come on. I mean, and not only that, but if he has a reoccurring knee issue, I mean, it's not a good look, obviously. But here's the thing. I will say one thing at that. He's only 28 years old. But then again, we've seen goalies that are around that age that had a lot of starting games, and you see the Matt Murray. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I think that the Leafs are even relying too much on Matt Murray. Straight up. Even having this guy as a third goalie is alarming to me. So, it's just, here's the thing. When goalies start getting like this, they start getting injured and they start getting reoccurring or the same issue. It is absolutely alarming in my opinion. It is very, very alarming, and you never know what you're going to get. But it is what it is. Because it's really good to see all of these Canadian teams start getting it together. The Winnipeg Jets are pretty good. Edmonton's obviously by far the best Canadian team. They made it the furthest in the playoffs. That's what I count. If you make it far in the playoffs, you're the best team. Vancouver Canucks, they won a round, They can say they're better than the Leafs, that's for damn sure. So, but you just need that goaltending, baby. You just need that goaltending. And obviously this late in the season, they're not going to be able to pick anybody else up. Although maybe they could get a veteran to go along with them. I don't know if Halak signed, but whatever. Maybe they could pick up just some kind of wily veteran. I mean, they're going to have to figure something else out. I mean, thank God they got that Silvos kid. But we'll have to see, man. This is just not good. It's not at all what you want to hear. I was watching Locked On Canucks, and I can't remember the guy's name. He was going on about it. It's just not what you want to hear, and that's absolutely true. Hey, listen, I'm going to leave this video here. I'm kind of rambling about this at this point, but I'm going to leave this video here. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I really appreciate it. Drop in the comments what you think. Give me your hockey opinions. Have a good one, guys. Peace.